come to you on that, but I need to get Dr. Ezekwesili and Dr. Jonah in on this. Are we better off 3 years down the line, do you think?
We are not. We're not better off. The reason is simply that if you looked at a simple indicator of how better off you are, it would be your income per capita that reduced drastically because of the dent to GDP. And that resulted very much from part of the challenges of the oil price collapse. So there's an extent of it that was outside of the control of the administration. The oil price shortfall meant that we went from about $100 billion of receipts as a result of what we call the commodity super cycle when it hits the highs of about, say, $100 billion to about $50 billion. Now, what the problem is that usually when you have such kind of collapse, you adjust. You adjust as an economic policy approach in order not to get you to the deep end that we eventually found ourselves. So if there's one single thing that I am totally against this administration for, it was that at the time that they could have averted, recession was not inevitable. It was, like you said, certain conditions were heading toward it. But if you did the right economic policy at that time, you would have averted the recession. Many other oil-producing and exporting countries managed to avert recession.
But they will argue we're out of it now, aren't we?
But you know what it's cost us? It's cost us considerably. Huge effect on populace. The truth is that we don't yet have poverty numbers from the Bureau for Statistics. When you have the kind of shock that the combination of oil price collapse and poor economic policy response to it occasioned, you would have dropped many more of your citizens into poverty. Considering that the last data that we know of poverty rate from MBS is something in the neighborhood of 60%. You know what that means. You're with hundreds of millions of your citizens poor. You don't want to take any economic action that would improve those numbers because that's disastrous.